it's Scott. I want to go ahead and quickly touch on the whole idea of how to tape a kid's tube. So now that you've picked the right type of tape so that the tube actually stays put, what it really comes down to is, well, how do I actually tape this darn thing? So a couple things come into play, especially not so much in the ER or the back of the ambulance, but in the ICU setting. If they have a little kid who they know is going to be intubated for a while, what you'll see them do is before they tape it to the face, either they put Duoderm or Tegaderm, something of that sort on the face first. And if you've got a free minute, that really is a nice touch, because that way when you have to go ahead and pull the tape, because you have to move the tube up or down, you go ahead and leave the skin on their face where it prefers to be. However, when it comes to taping the tube, this is a couple things to make your life easier. First of which, a neat trick that anesthesia taught me was, remember, they're going to be asleep, so they're not going to hopefully bite you. But with that in mind, one person's job is only to hold the tube to the roof of their mouth. That's important. That's their only job, is to hold the tube until this thing is in and taped so it's not going anywhere. Once they're holding it, go ahead and take a piece of gauze and gently place some of it inside of their mouth. The rationale is simple. It's called it catches the goobers. And that way, it just makes it a little easier to go ahead and make sure you have a dry face to tape it to. The last part comes into play with, you can do a fancy taping job, or what's far easier, and actually far more important, is to think about what part of a face does a child move perpetually since birth. And that's called their mouth. But when you think about them moving their mouth, what they move technically is their jaw, right? But they don't move the maxilla where a guy's mustache would be. Therefore, when you tape it, why would you tape it to a moving target? That's stupid. Your tube's going to fall out. Tape it to the maxilla up here where it doesn't move. And with that, you've got two ways you can do it. The first of which is if you just take a piece of tape and just go ahead and just tear it so it looks like a Y. Put the top part on the maxilla, which does not move, and take the tape and just go ahead and just gently wrap it around the tube. And if you go ahead and do it that way on one side, then you can go ahead and just repeat it, should you wish, on the other with the other side. And if you just go ahead and just take it into a Y, it's not beautiful, but be honest, when they hit the ICU, they're going to retape it anyway. So this will take about 30 seconds, and more importantly, it's going to make it stay put. Now the other option, especially that we use in babies, is we put just a tiny bit of gauze, again, in their mouth to catch the goobers. And if you want to make two Ys, that's absolutely great. Or what you can do is take that same piece of tape and instead just turn it into an H. And if you put it into an H, again, one person is holding the tube. The other one can go ahead and just put the top part right up here on the maxilla. Then you can go ahead and just tape one side around. Then you can take and tape the other side around. And again, it only takes 30 seconds, but if you tape it to a not moving target with the right type of tape, or using some sort of a fancy tube holder, you have a really nice job of making this tube actually stay put.